It's all good this week. Everything's good because it's all chilled out, man. It's mellow this week. This episode, right from the start, man. It's just chill. I don't know what the creators were doing when they wrote this episode, man, but this is just a nice mellow. It's a mellow one, man. It's good. It's all good. I've got the munchies, man. So I'm gonna go and get something to eat, and then and after the scroll, I'll be back after the scroll. Oh, this was a good episode, man. This is so good. Bonjour. Here we go again. I think everyone was on the pipe weed. Everyone was on the halfling pipe weed this week. This episode opens up. It opens with a random spaceship and the Mandalorian. The Mandalorians that are the mercenaries, and they're after a calamari. And the captain of the ship is in some weird. She's in a tube of water, eats a fish. It has nothing to do. It has no relevance. It has no bearing. It's not weird and wonderful and creepy. You know, if you've seen The Shape of Water, where she's cracking eggs open for the creature from the Black Lagoon monster in that beautiful film, you know how it's done. These no, I can't do it. I can't do it because I know what they was all doing, and I know why Jack Black was there. Because I think he was on the same lounger that they all were when they was discussing what they're going to do in this episode, man. They're going to say, we're going to start off with a chat between the fish people. We've got to show the Mandalorian mercenaries. But we don't want them... They can be so overpowering, those Mandalorian mercenaries. They need to chill out, man. They need to have a chat. They need to have a chat with the people that they need to get the calamari from. That sets the tone for the whole episode. You got the calamari kid who's in love with the captain of the ship. I don't know. She's been having a fling with a calamari. So the fish woman has been having, I know it's all in keeping, interspecies relationships and all that. It's a whole new world. But she's just at a fish and she goes to kiss him at the end of the scene. And I thought, oh, whoa. We don't go there. And he's going, but I love you. And she's going, we knew fate was not on our side. And she's getting dragged off by the Mandalorians, the mercenaries, and you're wondering what has this got to do? What has this got to do with anything? And it's got the tiniest bit to do because we need to show the Mandalorian mercenaries at the beginning of this episode because we're going to have them at the end. And I was just thinking, wow, it was such a relaxed scene. There was no tension. There was no urgency. There was nothing. It starts with her eating a fish and she drains down her what's it? All right, that's how she gets sustenance. I get it. And of course she isn't wet. for the rest of the scene after all the water's drained down. And so after this scene, credits roll. Now we're back. This is the Bo-Katan show now. Now I don't mind that because I was kind of ready for that for episode 2. I like for a bit of Bo-Katan. I am. I'm a big fan. Just to let you know, Katie. If I see you off duty on Sunday when I'm at Star Wars Celebration, yeah, I might give you a free T-shirt. So they land on this planet, Bo-Katan and Mando and Grogu. And again, it's just all mellow. It's like there's no, Bo-Katan starts off in a bit of a rush, but do you know what? No, as the ship comes into the atmosphere of this planet where the Mandalorian mercenaries are, gets caught up in a tractor beam, and she just looks at Grogu, gets caught in a tractor beam, and there's no reverse thrusters or anything like that. She just sits back like that, and she looks at Grogu and she goes, "Oh, I guess we're going for a ride." They get in a little train. The train takes them to Jack Black. Oh, he's hamming it up. He's hamming it up with, I don't know what accent. I don't know what accent he's trying to do. But he'd like to address the bantha in the room. I love it. I love that line of dialogue. Oh, Jack Black. Wow. This is what I mean about the pipeweed, man. And he's going, "Come on, shh, over here, you two, over here." And then him and his queen, what's going on? What's going down the what they've got to do? They've got a robot problem. Oh, we get a little Grogu flip. The Queen waves a fish. I don't know where Grogu suddenly started loving anchovies. She waves an anchovy. I mean, it's got quite an aquatic theme, come to think of it, this episode, because she eats a fish, the captain of that ship, at the beginning. So I reckon when they all got the munchies, when I was writing this episode, I reckon they had a pizza with anchovies on it. You know them ones. They're the mental ones. There's always one in your group, isn't there, when you order that pizza that says anchovies on top. And everyone goes, "What's the matter with you, man? Like, you've got to order a separate one." That, like, the one on the anchovies, you order one on your own then, mate. We're all getting the meat feast. No way anchovies. But this is alien worlds. This is science fiction. This is science fantasy. This is Star Wars, man. This is Star Wars with Kung Fu Panda, man. So they go and have a chat with. So as if Kung Fu Panda as a cameo isn't good enough, they go and have a chat with Doc Brown. Doc Brown's there, yep. In his later years, he's obviously gone forward in time again to a galaxy far, far away. He's lost his hair, haven't we all? After a little Grogu flip, we've seen Grogu flip for his anchovies. He sends him. He's in charge of the robots, and he tells them, nice little expedition dump, where he says, "Yeah, I've got a big red button here. It's about that big, about the size of a big red mushroom, big red glowing mushroom." And he goes, "See, you two, if I press that button, it destroys all the robots and everyone's going to have the right hump if I press that button." Yeah. So down Mando and Bo-Katan go, bless them. to the Ugnaughts. And not only do we now have this is the way, but now we have I have spoken. The Ugnaughts, they don't give two monkeys about what's going on. But nevertheless, their reputation as droid builders and repairers and their whole guild, for want of a better word, relies on their reputation, but they don't care about the fact that all these robots are malfunctioning up above and they're still building more robots. Just doesn't make any sense until Mandalorian says, I have spoken. They go, oh. They look at each other. Yeah, he has as well. And they give him an iPad with a location of all the malfunctioning robots. They're not doing anything about it, man. Of course they're not. Of course they're not. They're down there building their robots. Oh, they're just down there in the dark. They can get, there's Just Eat, there's Uber Eats, there's everything down there, man. They're all right. They're all right. So they've done nothing about chasing after the malfunctioning robots. They know all the locations. They just give it to Mando and Bo-Katan and say, yeah, you can deal with it, man. I tell you what, you have spoken so well that you can take the iPad and track them down. Mando's plan. So they go back up. They've got locations now, and we all know, man, the Mando, old Bin Jarin. He's got the hump with the robots, and he's not a fan. He's not a fan. So they go up with Bo-Katan, and he starts just randomly kicking them. He just starts winding them up. He just starts putting his hand in front of their face and he starts kicking them a bit, pushing. His entire plan to flush out any malfunctioning battle droids is just to go and look away and then go and when that don't work and then he kicks them. Anyway, 20 minutes into this episode, one of them runs off. He's kicked a battle droid and the battle droid's turned around and just gone, have some of that, and it skids across the tarmac, and we've got an exciting chase scene. Very exciting chase scene. And Mandalorian, he knows his way around. Of course he does. He knows his way around. So he tells Bo-Katan to go down that way because he's seen a shortcut in this city, on this planet that he's never visited before. But that means he can dive out the window and get him. But he can't get to his gun quick enough before Bo-Katan goes, pew pew! Shoots the robot in the back. And the robot really should fall forward from the impact of whatever laser Bo-Katan has fired. But instead, because it looks better, it looks more aesthetically pleasing, the robot falls backwards towards whence the laser come from. Now it leads us to a robot bar. Only Star Wars. Only Star Wars. When the robots, they're all on the good stuff, man. They're all mainlining. They're all mainlining the good oil, man. They're all unplugging They went, it's this episode. I'm surprised they didn't do like Knight Rider, but opposites. Like, wow, all the robots were like, yeah, man. Because we're mainlining this oil and these. Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But the robot says, look, we're on your side because we want to serve humanoids, and it's etc. and blah 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 blah. And it's not just humans, is it? This this step into applying logic to Star Wars robots doesn't work. Does not work. Just leave it as. Just leave it at C-3PO and R2-D2 have a relationship. C-3PO has emotions and feelings. You can't expand it further than that because it then looks as ridiculous as this does. And all the robots are going ee, boop, 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 beep, 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 at the end of the scene. They're cheering in their robot. Oh, I'm surprised they couldn't clap with their little robot hands. So, this leads to the robot autopsy. The robot that Bo-Katan shot. A robot autopsy. You can't. That's why I'm so relaxed. It was good. It was a good scene. They extracted some juice out of the robot and they tested it. And while they're testing the juice, another robot in the autopsy department freaks right out. He freaks right out. I think he's been on some bad shit. And you know how it gets. You know, like when you get para, when you've done the bad pipeweed, and his arms are flailing everywhere. He's lasering everywhere, and it burns the lady's shoulder in the autopsy room, and everyone's really scared of these thin little green lasers. It's time to use a dark saber. Oh yes. He slices it in half. The Mandalorian. Epic scene. Back to autopsy lady. She's got the right hump now. She's got the right hump. She's rubbing her shoulders. She's going, oh, I'm going to get right into this now. I'm going to investigate. It leads us back to Doc Brown. The time travelling commissioner of the robot world. So they go back upstairs. And he realises the game's up. And he flips open the cover of that big red button that they showed us earlier. Everybody freeze! When the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan go in the room, no one's too bothered. Everyone looks round because someone's just walked in. They go like that. And then they say, no, you're up to no good. You're up to no good, man. And he goes, you pesky kids. And he stands up. Everyone freeze. At this point, no one's doing anything. He goes, everyone freeze, man. The acting is so bad that no one's moving when they're doing their most emotional scene, let alone when they're just sitting around in the robot room looking at the CCTV of the robots. Everyone's just like, they look around. Everyone freeze, and they're all sitting there going, oh, all right then. All right then. So, they managed to electrocute him. Bo-Katan, it's a Bo-Katan show now, isn't it? So Bo-Katan, who'd have thought this from Dismal Winus, that a female version of the male hero's name that's on the title of the show would be taken over. But we all saw that, and I don't mind it actually, but just do Bo-Katan Series 1. Yeah. Next time, they'll go back upstairs. They walk back upstairs with Doc Brown. They've got to show off Doc Brown to Jack Black and his princess. And they're very, very disappointed. They're very, very disappointed. And and Doc Brown is very, very unapologetic. He's very, very unapologetic. And Jack Black turns around and says, I knew you hated me. In this accent. But this is where it all makes sense. Because I was thinking at the beginning, why is Jack Black trying to do an English accent? Because now it gets very, very... He is now exiled. So they're exiled. So now they step forward thusly, King Jack Black and his princess, his queen. And they say, you, sir, are exiled to the moon of the Kumquats. And they haul him off. And the other two are left there. And Grogu's going, guess what he's doing? He's going, eh? And they go, well, suddenly it all goes medieval because King Jack Black and his queen, now they're judge, jury and executioner. Like there's been no, they just hauled him out of the wasset. He hasn't exactly admitted to it. And they just sentence him to exile on the Kumquat moon. So, as well as that, they are now rewarding the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan and Grogu. They are now knighting Sir Grogu. Oh, God. I've written in my notes here, fucking hell. They knight him. They knight Sir Grogu. And they say, you will always be welcomed in our doomed paradise. So, they've still got to sort out at the start of the episode, what the old episode was supposed to be before they started chilling out, chillaxing and all that, you know. So they go to see the Mandalorians, the mercenary ones, that have got all the ships that Bo-Katan needs. And do you remember when the old X-Wing squadron from the other episode, they was all chilling out on the holiday planet, weren't they? They was in the sun, they was in the bar. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a chilled out galaxy at the moment, man. Like, I don't know why Mandalorian and Bo-Katan are getting really excited about things, but because everyone's having a whale of a time. Like, everything's fine. Do you know what I mean? You've got Jack Black and his queen. They're all right. You've got the Mandalorian mercenaries. They're just having a little wander around in space and saying to people, "Come on, we're being paid to take the calamari back, but you don't want to fight it. Everything's well chilled out." But oh no, this ain't good enough for Bo-Katan and old Bin Djarin. No, they want to cause ructions. No, they're no good. They're like the anti-heroes now, I think. I can see where the rest of the season's going. Because all the Mandalorian mercenaries, they've just got the old, they've just got the old calamari mission sorted. So they're all on this nice green, in this nice field. They got all their ships parked up, all nicely in order. And their big spacecraft, their big main ship in the background. And they're all having a nice picnic. They've got the flags. They've got the flags out. And you know them fold out seats, them fold out stools. They've got them. They're all sitting there, they're having a drink, and it's all nice. Like, they just another successful mission. We're sorted here on the outskirts of the silly planet, Jack Black planet. But no, Bo-Katan has to spoil it. Because she has to challenge the leader to a duel. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that she didn't take a glove off and slap each cheek when she says, "I challenge ye to a duel, sir." God, we've just had a Grogu knighted. Lord and Lady Mandalorian, and now Lady Mandalorian is challenging a naughty man to a duel, and it was quite well accomplished for a fight scene. But by this time, you're just too wasted, man. You're waiting for your pizza, aren't you? You're drifting now. You're drifting after half hour of this. Of course you're drifting. You could tell the script writers were drifting, man. They were drifting right off. They was thinking, I hope he remembers not to put anchovies in my pizza. And I hope it's the spicy chicken wings on the side. Absolutely ridiculous. Even including, so not only as Lady Bo-Katan challenged the naughty man to a duel, she asks him 2 or 3 times during the challenge, "Do you yield?" "Verily, do you yield, sir?" That's all I've got. And it ends. And it ends with, like my old mate Space Lizard said, it's going to end with Bo-Katan. Well, we all knew it. They point to it, but they just can't get on with it. We've had this episode of sucking on the halfling pipe weed. Meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. And that's all I've got. That's as far as this series has progressed. From the beginning of this episode to the end, Bo-Katan has got, and that's a lot of story really that needed telling. But instead of involving the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan with the rogue element of the Mandalorians, we had a silly robot side quest that, to quote my friend Amber from The Right Advice, when she nailed it when she said they're all side quests, like in a computer game. This is what the episode felt like, though. That's why I slowed it down this week. Because this week, it was slow. It was nicely. So, in summary, yeah, I would say it was nicely paced. You had a little 20 minutes, about midpoint, you had a little bit of a hurry up when I was chasing after the robot. But that was enough. Whoa, mate. Yeah, whoa. Other than that, and we had a little bit of dark sober. But other than that, everything was pretty, like, whoa, a bit. Just go and see King Jack Black. Just go and see King Kung Fu Panda and his queen. And, they're looking after Grogu. He's doing backflips all over the shop. He's excited. He's happy. He's like a little creche. He was like a little creche room. So overall, yeah, I think maybe this episode is sending the series off in a different direction, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It was good. Yeah, it was good. I'm taking my time because I'm just waiting for the pizza, to be fair. It does give you the munchies to the episodes like this. It does give you the munchies, man. Wicked, mate. Wicked. Where's a little prick? Oh, yes. Ask him how long. How long's that pizza going to be, man? Come on, I want to watch this episode again, man. Yeah.